Major changes are happening to the core sim to improve the sim's performance in Sim Update 4. We have you covered with all those updates, including this week's big announcements and release news, so let's jump straight into the video. Before we jump into this week's previews and announcements, here's a quick word from this week's video sponsor. SoFly offer a number of products for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and now 2024. It's great to see some of the old original products being able to be upgraded and used with the 2024 sim. I really enjoy using SoFly products, particularly when it comes to products such as the Weather Preset Pro. If you're flying around in a place and the weather's not doing what you absolutely feel like flying in, you can make it a great day, or you can make it as challenging as possible. Some of the other products that I do like when it comes to SoFly is their Aircraft Checklist Pro for 2024, and if that's something that you're new to flight simming, this is a great one. Also, Echo soundscapes that bring extra immersion to the sim, and a bunch of new airports. I will leave a link in the description below of where you can go and check out SoFly products and also a discount. And I like to thank SoFly for supporting this video. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, Bluebird Simulations, the developer behind one of the most anticipated airliners yet to be released in the sim, which is the Boeing 757, has now entered its beta testing phase. Bluebird referred this as stage 1 of their testing, and they stated on their Discord this week it's more of a late alpha build, which is due to some incomplete systems. That being said, it's still a major milestone for the team, and it's the first time that the external testers are evaluating parts of the 757. Bluebird mentions that the beta testing will unfold across 3 stages, which each of them are focusing on specific system groups before a full public release. Bluebird said that the process will extend well into 2026, which is something that simmers would not be happy to hear, as initially this project was aiming for a end of 2024 release. However, since then, Bluebird has certainly raised the bar on its expected detail, quality, and fidelity with the project. Along with a couple of new screenshots, Bluebird has shared the beta testing outline, and the price of the Boeing 757 once it releases will be around about $80 USD, and the release, well, we'll keep you updated because there is no detail on when we'll see this released to the public just yet. Just Fly are busy finishing off final touches of the Fokker F70 and 100, and while they're doing that, the F28 professional team have been working on a new version which will be 2.2 for the current Fokker F28. And again, like all the other updates Just Flight have done with their fleet of aircraft, this will be a absolutely free update for F28 Fokker owners. Along with the release for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 on PC and Xbox, this upgrade will come with a pre-flight walk around, also a new EFB tablet mode, which has the ability to be attached to the window mount as an option. Also, some unique cabin brandings for all the liveries, showcasing bold colors and choices of some of the airlines that flew with the F28 in the 70s and 80s, and they look absolutely beautiful from the screenshots. Just Flight also mentions, along with the F28 update, they will have a change log coming out with all the bits and pieces about the upgrade soon. They'll also be releasing the F70 F100 very soon, and also the BAE 146 Professional will be receiving a free update which will bring the 146 to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Seafront Simulations is set to release its next project soon for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Vessels New South Wales will populate over 2,000 kilometers of the east coastline when it comes to boat and vessel action into the sim. From busy waters of Sydney Harbour all the way up to Tweed Heads, the release will feature over 15,000 handcrafted static boats populating harbours, bays and marinas, and more than 1,000 animated vessels. A fleet of iconic history ships of the region such as the HMB Endeavour, the HMAS Vampire and the HMAS Onslow. A bunch of Canberra-class landing helicopter ships are included, as well as Darling-class destroyers and Anzac-class class frigates. There is no confirmed release date, but this latest project is set to release soon from Seafront Simulations. Boris Audio Works announced last week they are bringing the 777 sound set to the PMDG series of the 777 planes. This week, Boris released the official trailer showcasing all the sound effects that you'll find in the product when it releases. This project has been 6 months in the making and has been made with collaboration with Dave from Phoenix Simulations, and it will be releasing with 2 different offerings. One will be a complete bundle with all the engine variants, or you can just purchase each engine pack individually. Boris Audio Works a sound set for the PMDG 777s are set and expected to release sometime within the next week. Moving over to this week's release news, Inibuilds have released their Airbus A340 airliner for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This marks Inibuilds' first 4-engine aircraft release, and alongside the passenger model, they have also released a passenger to freighter configuration. Inibuilds has built the A340 native for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and it is exclusive to the 2024 sim to ensure the integration of the new sim's enhanced aerodynamics, ground handling, and system modeling. Inibuilds have focused its A340 on a 20-year-old aircraft, so it is reflected in the panel wear and the hydraulic stains all over the aircraft that is a 20-year-old airliner. Inibuilds have chosen to release the Airbus A340 exclusive to the InSim marketplace store. According to the team, this decision was made to prevent privacy, given that they have seen a lot of losses incurring with their previous major releases. Following the InSim marketplace releases, many simmers have chosen not to buy the Airbus A340 due to the numerous issues associated with purchasing complex aircraft and receiving updates and bug fixes at a very slow rate. Jorg actually mentioned about this during this week's development live stream, and he said when it comes to bugs and updates, it's really on the developer to speed them through because they should go through into the marketplace straightforward. That being said, he did say that when it comes to aircraft that are built with WASM, they do face longer turnaround times to get updates through, and guess what? The Airbus A340 from Inibuilds is built with WASM, so looks like some of those updates may take a little bit longer. So it will be really interesting to see, is the move to go ahead to an all-in sim marketplace exclusive release a success for the Inibuilds team or a hindrance to the overall release? Flight Sim Games has released their very lengthy development when it comes to the aircraft release of the Pilatus Portus PC6. It was initially announced in 2021. This long-awaited turboprop is now available for the 2024 sim. The release comes with an amphibious and a wheel version of the PC6, and the team mentions each variant will include high-fidelity flight dynamics that is unique to each variant. The team mentions they have modeled every switch, dial, and gauge in the analog setup, along with optional avionics for the PMS GTN 750 and 650, and also the working title GNS 530 and 430. 17 liveries with a mix of real-world operations are included, and it's been tested by real-world PC6 pilots at every stage of development. And you can pick up your copy of the Pilatus Portus PC6 from Flight Sim Games over on the Sim Market Store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Lining up on the runway for this week's Sim Update news, this week we've seen 2 beta releases for 2024. The first one being the first test for PlayStation 5 simmers, and the second one was another beta update for Sim Update 4. Sim Update 4 beta is now up to version 1.6.13.0. This version brought a bunch of fixes when it comes to general bug fixes, performance fixes, career mode fixes, mission fixes, world fixes, VR fixes, and control and peripheral fixes. There is still no ETA when we'll see Sim Update 4 released to the public, but from the length of this version of the beta build, there's still at least a couple of more builds to go before we will will see a release. This week, we've seen the first development live stream within the last 2 months. The dev team discussed mainly Sim Update 4 for 2024, the status of the 2020 Sim, PlayStation 5 release for 2024, and some future releases before the end of the year is out. I will mainly focus on the 2024 content here. That being said, the Microsoft team did mention that 2020 will receive a Sim Update 16.1 soon to address some of the Sims blurriness that was caused with Sim Update 16, and also PlayStation 5 Simmers will not be able to access the multiplayer servers such as what Simmers have available for PC and Xbox. The PlayStation 5 Simmers will only have their own dedicated multiplayer servers. When it comes to Sim Update 4, the dev team on the live stream mentioned they have made some significant performance gains. Some of these may be considered even a game changer for the sim. The Sim's 2024 systems are now fully asynchronized and can be spread across multiple cores, which is different to the structure that we've seen with the 2020 Sim and other updates that we have seen in 2024 thus far when it comes to Sim Update 1, 2, and 3. 20 major systems have been rewritten using this new core structure, producing measurable gains and frame rates and improving the smoothness of your simming experience, mentioned the devs in the development live stream. Additional optimization has also been happening in areas such as grouping memory allocations, improving baked textures and management of those, scheduling animation, and refining the human simulation system. All these adjustments should dramatically reduce stutters in complex airports and dense scenery areas and overall improve your simming experience much better than what we have seen before. Sim Update 4 will include a complex overhaul of the Sim's night lighting when it comes to the night lighting on the ground. This new system also uses larger and higher resolution textures that are baked and streamed dynamically, resulting in a sharper and more realistic illumination that stretches over the entire cities. Also, they did mention that the atmosphere and cloud rendering optimizations have been confirmed by the team, and they are planned for a later update such as Sim Update 5. So by the sounds of it, we should see a very updated and optimized version of Sim Update 4, which was really the plan that they outlined back when they did the first development live stream after the tragic release of the 2024 Sim. It's great to see that the Microsoft team have been working hard at this. The team also discussed some of the list that was in the latest feedback snapshot list, which had been updated this week, and a lot of the major bugs that appeared on the list have been addressed in Sim Update 4 or will be addressed in Sim Update 5. When it comes to the wish list, the team mentions that this year was more of a transition year, and they are currently looking at the requested features and will be working on some development plans to release some of these in 2026. So from the sounds of that, we really aren't going to see any new features of the sim until next year, which we kind of expected. In the short term, we will see the Reno Air Racing introduced that was not included with the launch and is now expected to release alongside Sim Update 4. Bush Trips won't hit the sim until 2026, and there's still no confirmed date exactly when. The World Hub development work is underway, and they also need to work on this because that needs to synchronize through the 2020 and the 2024 sim together, but they are working on this, and career mode will continue to evolve, and the team did mention they will have heavy and super heavy cargo missions being introduced into the career mode very soon. The team walked us through two of the next upcoming famous fly releases. The first one is the Northrop T38 Alpha, which has been developed by a Blackbird, and also the Boom XB1, which has been developed by FlightFX. These two aircraft aren't expected to be released until near of the PlayStation 5 release. I believe the Northrop T38 you get for free if you pre-purchase the PlayStation 5 version, and both for those famous flyers. When it comes to Xbox and PC, we will probably have to pay for it as we normally do with famous flyers. Jorg also mentioned that they have a special reveal still to come in December, which is separate from the Boom XB1 announcement that appeared in the PlayStation 5 trailer. There's no further hints provided by Jorg at this stage, but we would love to hear your comments below on what you may think the special reveal would be. Looking forward to reading those comments. But we have seen in the past that the Microsoft team do something big for November and December to excite more customers and more sales, and we saw that with each year of the 2020 sim. So it might be quite big, or it might be just something little like an extra aircraft. We would love to hear your comments. This week on the InSim Marketplace, we have seen 42 new products. 21 of these are on PC and 21 of these are on Xbox. There is no new aircraft releases apart from the Inibuilds A340 that was released early on in the week, but we did see 5 livery packs, 5 mission packs, 4 night lighting packs, and 7 airports. Please do us a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel before you move on to your next YouTube video as part of the rabbit hole sessions that you're doing right now. It's absolutely free and it really helps us keep motivating to make more YouTube and flight sim content for you all. And also we look forward to reading your comments below of what you think about the special reveal in December, and we will see you in another video real soon. Happy simming, everybody.